Right, here we go. So, at 1.1, people, we're not going to end like we did yesterday. Cool. It says drawing of the graph, table method. At A, they wanted you to complete the table for y is equal to x minus 2. Okay? You didn't have to draw the table. You guys had it in front of you. Okay, so the first one, x was minus 3. Kom ek trek maar gou-gou hierso. Because that's just going to be 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, right. So if x is minus 3, it would be minus 3 minus 2, meaning it's going to be minus 5. Right. If x was minus 2, it would have been minus 2 minus another 2, and that would give me minus 4. Over here, you should have minus 3, minus 1, 0, and 1. Right. Any questions there? How many marks can you be for that? No, that is not a lot. 2 marks at the most. No, it's just if you got the 2 marks would have been for everything, and if you got it, if you for every one that you get wrong, we subtract a mark. So if you get 2 wrong, you get 0. Okay? Yeah. Right. So over here at B, we had to draw the line with that equation. Okay, so it would have looked like yeah. Like that. Okay, and if you wanted to plot points, that would have been where x is 0 and y is minus 2. Okay, this one would have been where x is 2 and y is 0. Okay, and then obviously all your other points were plotted in between. Okay, does that make sense? Is that what yours looked like? Okay, remember I read all my coordinates from here. If x is 0, y is minus 2.
Oh, are you just putting in the ones that they already gave you first?
No. Actually, what you guys had to do is you had to plot this one where x is minus 3 and y is minus 5. So that would have been down here somewhere. I haven't got space for that. Okay. And then over here, x is minus 2 and y is minus 4. Again, that would have been somewhere down here. I don't have space. All right. Do you guys understand? Okay, now this one, x is minus 1 and y is minus 3. So let's say that would have been here. Minus 1, minus 3. Does it now make a bit more sense? No. And then here you would have had x is 1 and y is minus 1. And I got that from this coordinate. And then over here, you'd have x is 3 and y is 1. And then I just connected all my dots. No. Okay, what I did not fill in is this is the x-axis and that is the y-axis. Okay? Any questions there? Can I skip?
No.
Okay. Tell me when you're done so I can skip. You done? Yeah.
What if you hold the 2 at the top, the 0 on the 2? What if you hold that at the top?
That's fine. It's fine as long as it's near that point. Okay. Okay. Oops. Hands up. Who's still copying? No one. Good. Okay. So the next one. Okay. The equation that was given was y is equal to 2x plus 3. Ooh, wat gaat die aan? How's that? And only that was given. Okay, so let's go and fill in. If x is minus 3, it would have been 2 times minus 3, which gives me minus 6, plus 3 gives me negative 3. Good. Then over here, if x is minus 2, it would have been 2 times minus 2 plus 3, which gives me negative 1. If x is minus 1, it would have looked like this. 2 times negative 1, which gives me minus 2, plus 3, so it gives me positive 1. Okay, if x was 0, it would have looked like this. 2 times 0, which gives me nothing, plus 3, so 3. Okay, now, oopsie. Can I just fill in the rest? Okay. You were talking about a pattern now. What pattern do you guys see? Okay, so I'm going to show you guys that. You don't need it now. Later on, you will. Have a look. Can you see that what we did every time was plus 2? Plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. Do you see that? Do you know where I get that positive 2 from? The gradient was 2. I just taught you a cheating method. Listen, I want to show you the other one as well. Have a look at the previous example. My gradient was, sorry. My gradient was 1. No? Positive 1. Have a look. That plus 1 gives me minus 4. Plus 1, minus 3. Plus 1, minus 2. Plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. Good. But it's only when it's consecutive numbers. Consecutive meaning they must follow each other like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't go from 1 and then say 3 and then 5. Then obviously it's not going to be the same thing. Yeah, you are going to get that later on, yes. Okay, you guys good with that? Okay, so now we had to draw. Yeah, I'm listening. Again, I'm not going to draw the whole thing. Yes, yours should look like. We have a 6. Yeah, I will. Yeah. Okay, so yours is going to look like this. Over here. Looks like my X. So I is null. Oh, you guys didn't have that one, eh? Okay, so maybe you didn't have that one, but what you did have. No, you know what? I'm going to do this. There we go. That's a bit more accurate. I'm going to start here. Minus 3 minus 3. Well, net gaan minus 2 minus 1. Minus 1 and 1. Okay, so that's going to be over here. Minus 2 minus 1. Then it's not very accurate, Matuma. Minus 1 and 1. Okay, I'm going to skip that middle one and I'm going to say this is 0 and 3. And 1 and 5. And then I'm not going on. Okay. You guys good? Right. Any other questions here? None. Can I skip? Shh, 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 shh. Can I skip? Ooh. Right. Hands up, you're still copying? Now what? Okay, good. Let's do 1.3. So over here, they gave me that equation. Who's not done? You sure? Okay. At 1.3, they're saying draw the line with equation y is equal to minus 2x minus 1. Now, before I could draw that line, I first had to go and draw my table. Okay, and we're going to use the following values for x: minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. So let's fill in what we needed to calculate. So minus 2 times minus 3 gave me positive 6. Minus 1 gave me 5. Right? Okay, then minus 2. If x is minus 2, it would be minus 2 times minus 2, which gives me 4. And then minus 1 gives me 3. Again, can you see I'm subtracting 2? Okay, so subtract 2, so you should get 1. Minus 1. Minus 3, minus 5, minus 7. Yeah. How do you know you got it right? Okay, so how did you then do it? That you had to just draw that, but I'm just asking, how would you get to your coordinates? How would you know what they were? Did you substitute them in and then plot? Substitute in, plot. No, you could have. You didn't. You wouldn't get marks for the table. You got marks for the sketch. So. Yeah. Okay, but you're doing what we're now gonna learn today. So you a step ahead. Okay. Right, so if you were to go and draw this. Okay, it should look like It's going to cut through here at -1. Gradient difference in y over difference in x. So am I right if it, yeah? Am I right if I say it looks like this? Huh? More or less? Without the? This one? Okay. So
In the exam, after you're done doing that, then you ask that, you can ask that is the gradient negative or is the gradient positive?
I'm going to ask you to determine the gradient. We're going to do that now at B. Okay, so again, mine is not perfect. -3 and 5. This is going to be x is... No, I'm not giving that one. Yeah. X is 0 and y is -1. Okay, did you guys have it like that? Okay, you obviously had all your points on your graph. No. Okay. Now, at B, they're asking you determine the gradient of this line. Now, we said gradient would be the coefficient of the x, which will be? Yes, so gradient is equal to -2. And you will see that it is a negative graph because if you lift your left hand, you'll see it looks exactly the same as that. No? Okay, can I skip? Okay. Okay, then 1.4. Your equation was y is equal to a half x plus 2. Okay, so if you substituted in x is -3, met gaan daai gaan 2 wees, dit gaan wees -3, then you would get x is a half. If you substituted in x is -2, then you would have gotten y is 1. If you substituted in x is -1, you would have gotten 3/2.
Ma'am, we're supposed to use 1.2 table to substitute
Yeah, I said you always use
the previous table.
0 and then 2 or 3 towards the left and 2 or 3 towards the right. Okay.
You can give it to us in the table, or you can give us the table.
I will give you a table and then you fill it in. And then from there you draw. Yeah. Okay, so then over here, if x is 1, it would be 5/2. if x is 2, it would be 3. No? Okay. Any questions there? Okay, right, then at B, again they asked determine the gradient of this line. So gradient would be equal to a half. Good. Okay, so now, that was one option, but as you saw, it took quite a while, no? It was a long method. Okay, so what I'm going to teach you guys now is using the double intercept method. Okay, can I skip here? Okay, tell me when you're done. You done? Double intercept method. At the back of the page, you will see the wording. You still answer? Yeah. You still busy? Hands up, you still copying? Are you done? Okay. Right. Okay. Right. People. Now, if you look at the previous examples that we had, you would see that, I'm quickly going to skip back. Over here, where it cuts through the y-axis. What charts? Where it cuts through the y-axis. What was my x value there? 0. No? Okay, I just want to know what's the x value. Is 0. Okay? Over here, if it cuts through the x-axis, what's my y value? 0. No? Okay, so that is what we're going to work from. So if it cuts, or wait, let me change the wording, sorry. We talk about the y-intercept. What does that mean? It cuts through the y-axis. So y-intercept means it cuts through the y-axis. Okay, now, when it cuts through the y-axis, it means that x will be equal to 0. Do you guys agree with that? Okay. Then, x-intercept. What does x-intercept mean? Good. It cuts through the x-axis. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So write all of that down and then I'll explain again. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Right, let me see. By show of hands, you're still copying. Okay? Nie, jy lieg. Right, anyone else still copying? Hands up. Okay. Shh. Are you done? Okay, right. So example 1. So basically, people, if I talk about y-intercept, I'm talking about where it cuts through the y-axis. And what do we know about that point? X will always be 0. Okay? Then, if I talk about x-intercept, it means where it cuts through the x-axis. And what do we know about that point? Y will always be 0. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an example of y is equal to 2x minus 3. And I want you to get me the two intercepts. So get x and y intercepts. Yeah? No, I'm going to show you now. I'm going to do this with you. Okay, right. So, to get the x-intercept, and I'm just going to say x-int, I know I must make y equal to 0. So, instead of saying, don't write this down because I'm going to delete one, y is equal to 2x minus 3, I'm rather, instead of y, I'm going to say 0 is equal to 2x minus 3. Do you guys get that? Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's fine. You could, yeah. Okay, so now, all I have to do, now it looks like a normal equation that we had earlier on this year, right? So let's take the minus 3 to the other side. Then we'd have positive 3 is equal to 2x. You can now draw it, yeah. I didn't want you to write y is equal to because I was going to take that out. Okay, so now, how do I get x alone? I'm going to divide by 2 on both sides. So it means 3 over 2 will be equal to x. Do you guys agree with that? No? So, I asked you for the x-intercept. It means it's going to cut the x-axis. at 3 over 2. If, let me just finish my sentence. If you had to write it in coordinate form, you would say bracket, what's my x value? 3 over 2, semicolon. What's my y value? 0. Yeah. Yeah? Yeah, yeah. 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 You guys good? I'm going to skip to the next page to do the y-intercept. Everyone fine? Can I skip? Hands up, we're still copying. Tell me when you're done. Done. Okay, so let's get the y-intercept. Okay, now instead of having y is equal to, what did we have, 2x? Okay, instead of having 2x minus 3, instead of that x, I'm going to have 0. Okay, you guys can quickly go.